einzelnen Aufbau. Dann eben bei Finale jeweils die Units. Work a little of the Region Masters. Die wollen wir sich sehr und natürlich am Sonntag auch bei den Herren. Viel wird gebunden, viel Action, viel schöne Momente und natürlich mit euch wird es umso besser. Unsere Fangemeinde wird in Kürze auch wieder aktiviert.
Schau mal an, was ich habe. Wünsche näher uns solche vereinten Verbindungen. Ich nenne es Fächer. Da kann man gut viel machen. Nur nicht hinsetzen, nicht draufsetzen. Du musst über deine Hand nehmen, so klatschen. Fächer. Wenn der Chor ist, wenn der heiß ist, nimmst du Fächer.
All right. We are back in Vienna for the Nations League Europe 4 conference. This is day one. This is the first stop. We have 6 stops per conference, and right now day one has already given a whole bunch of unexpected results and some surprises. And this game right here is between 2 teams that lost against Poland. Poland already validated its ticket to the final coming up later on today. Undefeated record for the Polish ladies. They won against Ukraine 15-9, and they won against Croatia 21-5. So right now, you're looking at this matchup and you're saying, well, Croatia is going to have to do a whole lot of improving. Even though Ukraine lost, it was a much tougher matchup against Poland than what the Croatian ladies managed to propose. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two teams behave. Croatia needs to find pace, needs to find a rhythm that enables its offense to create some opportunities. Ukraine will have size advantage inside with Kovtun. And keep an eye out on number 6, Darya Dubnyuk. Let me tell you, she's a baller, shot caller. She tried her very best to give some rhythm. It was a low-scoring game for Ukraine, but she was full of good ideas. She lacked some efficiency, but she still did a good job creating opportunities for her teammates that just could not convert. For Croatia, having scored only 5 points against Poland in its first matchup, not really going to go into the personal statistics for the Croatian ladies. Well executed, a good flare screen, wide open look, just couldn't connect. Cheronok. Pass, but I mean, good idea more than a good pass, because you need to be right in the hands. Kovtun crowded. Can't get control of the rock. First bucket, Ukraine on the board. Little floater using the glass. That will do it. Ivana Mamic. Saw the ball deflected out of her hands. Kovtun was not flexible enough to reach down and get it. She's going right back where she wanted to go in the first place. Dubnyuk, told you, keep an eye out on her. Defense. Wide open at the top. Croatia needs to play much better defense. You cannot allow Darya Dubnyuk to come off that wide open. Doesn't matter what type of collaboration Ukraine is doing, if it's a pin down screen, a fake back screen, or just a run around, relocate, you have to stay matched up. At least better than that. Foul drawn. It's a nice drive. Leah Marcic will go to the free throw line. Marcic missed, but the offensive board. Lukacic gave it up, and that's a nice take. There is a, as we see, a Kovtun sealing and capitalizing on her size advantage. There's like a duel going on between Dubnyuk and Mamic. Those two, even though they're not constantly matched up with one another, they're going back and forth with buckets for their respective teams. I haven't really taken the time to mention to you guys, but we have a full-out 3x3 week going on in Vienna. Let me tell you. Obviously, you're going to have the Nations League, stop 1, 2, 3 in the Europe 4 conference. Call right here, little mid-range. That's a nice shot. And who else? You know her name, Daria Dubnyuk. I remember mentioning keep an eye out for Daria Dubnyuk. And I know you paid attention, so you remember. Dubnyuk for the 2. Ooh-wee. That is sweet. And Ukraine commanding 6-point lead already. Miscommunication defensively. Kovtun way too far behind. I don't know if they were supposed to do something else defensively. Maybe Kovtun was expecting her teammate to go under. Reason why she was stuck on her opponent. So we have the Nations League. We have the Women's Series starting today, as a matter of fact, which I will be commentating as well. We have the qualifying draw coming up after this three games piece that we got, which are the last pool games of day 1. We'll have the final later on tonight after the qualifying draw in the Women's Series. Nice kick out pass, wide open, just a bit short. Croatia cannot afford to give Dubnyuk too many open looks. This is a good seal and a good finish. Rikacic. And obviously, we also have the World Tour, the very much anticipated event, creme de la creme of professional men's 3x3 basketball, shall be here in Vienna. And we also have the wheelchair Vienna style. It's going to be very, very, very interesting. Shall be commentating that as well. So you're going to hear a lot of me. I'm just saying. I'm warning you. I hope you like it. And if you don't, deal with it. I'm just playing. So right now we see Team Ukraine doing a good job. Obviously, Daria Dubnyuk is simply too good. Croatian ladies cannot, for now, slow her down. Ukraine hasn't been able to utilize Kovtun's length to its advantage. The action, everybody touch the ball. Croatia already playing better than against Poland. Great speed. Unfortunately, she could not get enough elevation. Gotta love it. Kovtun has size advantage. And that's a foul. She will shoot a free throw. 13 foul against Croatia. She was holding on to dear life. Kovtun is a bit short. She'll get another crack at it. Short again. Good post-up action right there. Strong finish. Mia Martic. It's a push in the back. 14th foul. Both teams with 14 fouls. Turnover. Croatia still alive, still hope. Move was good with the footwork, but not enough lift on that little hook shot. Control the ball with one arm. She's gonna trigger. That's a fast break too. Ooh, the ball rims out. Mamic will do the same. Rims out as well. Good pass. Ivana Mamic has the lead to 5. And that is a foul. Late call, but the right call. And Pankina got the bucket. Second TV timeout. And Ukraine holds a commanding 6-point lead. Forgive me, with an opportunity to bump it up to 7 with the upcoming free throw for Pankina. Pankina got her own miss. That is a travesty for Croatia. If you allow the shooter on the free throw line to get it, her own miss for yet another and one, so now the lead is officially bumped to 7. And foul trouble is looming over the heads of the Croatian ladies. Mamic found the backdoor cut. It's going to be too late. Right on the buzzer. Pass was a good idea. Chironok almost connected with Pankina down low. Mamic is on a mission. Top of the key. That's a brick. Please be kind with the backboard. Ball deflected out of bounds. 6 seconds left on the 12-second shot clock. It's a travel. You cannot afford to shuffle your pivot foot. That is a silly turnover. Ooh, the deadly between the legs crossover. Darya Dubnyuk putting on an absolute show for Ukraine. She is dominating the skill, the handle, the outside shooting, even though she missed this one. And Kovtun with the offensive board, the steal, even defensively, Dubnyuk is taking care of business. Kovtun draws the 7th team foul, which means she will have 2 free throws to bring Ukraine closer to its first win in this event. Kovtun found the angle on the glass. Got to go for the fast break 2 in the corner. It's not going to work out for Brikacic. Oh, it's not going to count. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late. Timeout requested by Dubnyuk.
Вывод Настю сыграем. Да. Я выхожу не с нуля, а с кольца выхожу, и мы дальше играем драк. Пас, и мне с вывода ты имеешь в виду? Нет, сейчас, чека. Ты выбежишь сам? Чек твой. Я выбежу. Ну, давай так. Украина!
They'll pin down to free up the shooter. Dubnyuk tried to put Croatia out of its misery. Good on the finish. Dubnyuk. Nice. The little dump up, but Kovtun frustrated with herself. Needed to give a little bit more, just a little bit. Double action for the win. Off target, she'll get her own miss off the good box out from Dubnyuk. Dubnyuk knocks down the 20th point for Ukraine. No discussion about who dominated this game. The floater off the glass. This game is over. Cheronok in Ukraine won big, just the way they wanted to. They're going to wait for the result of the last game between Spain and Austria to find out whether they'll be 3rd or 4th in the first stop of the Europe 4 conference in the Nations League. Coming right up, it's going to be an interesting one. Ukraine against Austria. Ukraine still alive. with hopes of finishing top seed and reaching the final? We're going to find out right after this. The standings in Pool B after this last game. Poland already had validated its ticket to the final game. And now we're moving on to men's Pool A. This is the deciding game. The reason it's the deciding game, Ukraine lost against Israel 19-17, a tough battle. And after a game which pretty much gave the idea that Israel had control and was going to cruise to not an easy victory, but a convincing victory against Austria. Israel could not quite finish what was started in the first 6-7 minutes. Austria came back strong, did what was necessary. Obviously, for Austria, we can talk about the all-around performance of Louis Goit. Felix Engelbauer was essential late in the game, and Yusuf Selimovic was strong in the paint. 5 buckets down low. But we're going to see Israel again the next 2 days. And the stands are filled out pretty nicely right now, particularly for the young Bucks. The crowd is there to watch no other than Austria in the driver's seat right now, having won 21-18 against Israel. I remind you that Ukraine lost in overtime against Israel. Oslavi had a great performance, but if you want to talk about somebody so far in this event as an individual, it is impossible not to talk about Vladislav Mutsatsa. Mutsatsa has been spectacular. He knocked down 5 free throws, 2 two-pointers, and he had 11 points total. So even though Ukraine lost, Mutsatsa has built upon the experience of last year's World Cup in Ulaanbaatar. Ukraine did not make it to the quarterfinals, but Ukraine was a tough competitor in the event. They lost 17-15 against France. They lost 21-18 against Algeria. They won 21-16 against Egypt, but they just suffered too much against Spain to be able to contend for a quarterfinal spot. But Ukraine is one of the premium European programs in the youth level. They've shown it in the past 2-3 years. So we're going to have a great battle. Looking forward to see if Austria can build upon this big win. We are ready to go. Strong one-on-one, little fade, good defense. Yusuf Selimovic, nice coverage. Now, got to go for the alley-oop. A little bit too nonchalant, Felix saying about it. This is not going to work out against Ukraine. Board going to stay with it, but he needs to shoot. Stayed aware the ball did not connect with the rim. About it. We'll go with the step back. Off balance. Not the best of shots. Great dish. Ooh, put you on the poster, Yusuf. Selimovic at the wrong place at the wrong time. Lopukov saying hello to the highlight tape. And too fast, too furious. Liev Krzywotsky gets the bucket. Just like that, it's a tie game. Engelbauer calling out the fans, saying show us some love. That's up. Knock it down. Be a foul. Free throws in. I don't know what Ukrainian fan is screaming at the top of his lungs, but that has no impact. Engelbauer, turnover. Engelbauer. Super excited. Guess what? If Austria wins this game, they're going to the final for day one. It would be a great way to start. I'll tell you that. Two, knocking it down. Yusuf Selimovic bombs the lead up to 4. Took that out of bounds. Selimovic with good hands. Jatsa. Jatsa needs to toughen up. There was absolutely no foul on that one. That is a good lob pass right there. This is what I'm telling you in 3x3. If you have a mismatch situation or a position advantage and there is no help side, just don't go for the straight pass. Lob it up high, soft, and far. It's going to get to its destination, no problem. Your teammate simply has to hold on to his position. Well, when I say simply, it's not that simple. And once again, Engelbauer needs to clean up the left-hand wraparound passes. That's the second turnover in the first 3 minutes. That's a good move. Right at the elbow. Suravlov. Defensive board. Jatsa. Try to go for the quick bucket. Oh, got you slipping. Got you on the highlight. Oh, Felix Engelbauer. He is on fire. But once again, trying to go with the wraparound left pass. Third turnover for Felix. He's probably just as frustrating to his teammates as he is stimulating. Got you slipping, and on the highlight. Ooh, had him touch earth. Yeah, Koshevsky. Unfortunately, buddy, you're going to be on Felix Engelbauer's highlight tape from day one.
1, 2, 3, win.
Austria wants to go to the final. That is a certainty. You know who's awaiting them over there if they win? Croatia. Using the glass, good fundamentals. You know what, Gil? Shots up. That's a bad shot selection right there. Ball deflected out of bounds. Engelbauer trying to speed up. The defense from Ukraine. This game is far from over. Obviously, Austria has built the lead up and has taken control of the game. But I remember Austria being led by Israel with just as many points, winning the game late in the stretch. Sticking with it. That is not smart from Lopukov. Hitting the ball with his head. He could have avoided that easily. And that gives Ukraine its first warning for delay of game. Heating up. You know what, Gil? Bump the lead up to 6. That's a foul. One free throw coming up. Don't sleep on Team Austria. There is talent all around, and the danger comes from all places. Jatsa needs to find a way to take better shots in this game in comparison to the first one. He's forcing a little bit. The defense throwing up a prayer that almost got answered. We got, didn't get it, but he almost had the offensive board. Imovic. Fourth team foul against Austria. Right. Oh, missing the dunk. Lupakov. Holding on to the rim, not even giving an opportunity to Muchaca to get the offensive board. That is a moving screen, and you know who's responsible for it. Felix Engelbauer. If you leave before your teammate has time to set his feet, you're gonna force foul call. A lot of bumping, a lot of grinding. Mustaca. Stay strong. Selimovic tried his best to slow down Vladislav. Now the penalty looming over the heads of the Austrian. Ukraine is missing a lot of shots under the cup. Wide open. He relocates to the left, made his life much harder than it needed to be. He exaggerated the dribble to the left a little bit. Uh-oh, Mustaca. Hello. 3-point game. I remember telling you that I've seen this scenario happen today with Austria coming back slowly but surely against Israel. Right now it's Ukraine coming back slowly but surely against Austria. And the ball choosing its camp maybe. Mustaca missing the lay. No fillet. Good hands. Shavatsky rushed it a little bit, and Mustaca tells him all about it. No reason to rush. 4 minutes left. Why give the ball right back? Especially knowing that Austria has the penalty looming over its head. Top of the key. And Luis Goyd forgot his luggage on that one, and we're going to have the second TV timeout. Ukraine looking better. Austria not safe at all.
Если он здоровый стоит, нет смысла играть на 1-1. Да, можно начинать всегда Канаду с пиндауном и смотреть, если свиш, сразу будем вниз. Если нет, нужно повышать. Давай. Вы заканчиваете? Да.
Inside, Mustaca against Engelbauer. Mustaca missing yet again. That is the 7th team foul. 2 free throws coming up. Zurabov, Mustaca and company. He's not the only one. Is missing a whole bunch of easy stuff, or much easier than outside shooting. 1 for 2, 2-point game. Ukraine still has 3 fouls to give before the penalty. Long range. Things are looking much better. We're gonna go back to the post up. Give and go, keep it simple. This time he is not going to miss. Artem Lupakov. Great contest. Depossessed of the rock. Ukraine with the ball to tie things up or take the lead. And Engelbauer can't afford to miss. That was a poor move from the big boy. And this time, he's gonna finish strong. Artem Lopukov, he had the mismatch against Engelbauer, and he handled it in a little bit awkward way. Like he never went back to his right hand, stayed off balance, shot off balance, but he kept the ball alive and finished the job the second time around. Selimovic forcing, and maybe there's a bit of how would you say in English? Nervosity? I think that's how you say when you're nervous, nervosity. So yeah, there's a bit of nervosity now on the part of the Austrian boys. Now it's Ukraine taking the lead. I have seen this before. Austria slowly but surely wasting the good work of the first few minutes. As a reminder, Mustiatsa. Selimovic and Mustiatsa hugged it out. They were like, hey, big bro, haven't seen you in a while. How you doing? Ukraine still has 2 fouls to give. Wrap around pass. Selimovic. No love. Mustiatsa trying to draw the foul. That was the smart one. That was the smart play. Shavatsky, the 5th and last foul for free. Is it the 5th or the 6th? Check that. 5th, so they still have 1 more foul to give for free. The key, it's a break. Quick trigger. They're just throwing darts right now. I don't know if you can find crocodiles in the paint, but no one wants to take a trip over there. That's up. Very tough shot. Got the ball up there. Ukraine still has 1 foul to give. Ukraine has taken the crowd's energy, the crowd's momentum. Attacking, dunking it all the way. Zurabov gives a 2-point lead to Ukraine. This time around, Engelbauer got his wraparound left-hand pass right. Engelbauer to get the crowd going, but Austria simply just breaks it over and over again in the past 2 minutes. That's a huge hit. Huge. Lev Kushevatsky forces Austria to call for its timeout. Bang, bang.
pressure, regular. Mach ein schnelles Play. Let's go. Win on 3. 1, 2, 3, win.
Less than a minute, Ukraine holds its first final of the 2025 Europe 4 Conference right in its hands. That's what you call a heat check. That is a huge hit. Lev Koshivatsky finishing up the job. Call him the hitman. Back-to-back daggers. Putting Austria away for good, potentially, with this one. Selimovic. Is that going to be too little, too late? That is not a good shot. Koshivatsky rushes, which gives time for Austria to come up with a bucket. This time now, Ukraine. Ukraine is trying to, and Mustiatsa is telling him, Ukraine is trying to come up with the most points as fast as possible. Remember, Austria beat Israel 21-18. That's the shot, that's the foul, and one! Oh, don't forget that Austria, even with a loss, could potentially finish first based on its win 21-18 against Israel. And you're going to ask me, Angelo, please explain. All right, in case of a three-way tie, because we're talking about three teams' pools. If you're thinking of the aggregates of points, Israel has 37 points aggregate after 2 games. So now for Ukraine to move on, Ukraine needs to go past the 37 points or tie the 27 points. With 20, as Ukraine is the #1 seed and Israel is the 4th seed, Ukraine moves on. Meaning, as of right now, if he knocks down that free throw, which he does not, Ukraine would move past Israel. But, you have to keep the 4 points gap in your favor. Right now it's 6. They need this one. He knocks it down. So unfortunately, Israel is not going to get to the final. Ukraine got the perfect score. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty sure the Israel boys are watching this game saying, are you kidding me? This last bucket with the foul gives Ukraine the top seed in the group. And Austria could not come up with enough points to stay in the hunt. So in the 3 teams aggregate, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see at the end of the highlights the standings. It's going to be 37, 37, and 34. So we have Israel, Ukraine, and Austria. They should do the opposite because they put Israel first, but it should be Ukraine because of ranking in a three-way tie. The head-to-head matchups do not count, as everybody beat everybody. So, last but not least, Spain and Austria, both winners of Israel. We are having the same configuration when you really think of it. You had Austria and Ukraine having both beat Israel, playing for top seed, and now we have the exact same thing happening in the women's bracket. Austria and Spain both won their matchup against Israel. Now, whoever wins this finishes top of the group. So, Austria will count on the experience of Sina Heuler, who's played at the senior level with the national team. She has built great experience, particularly in Baku, helping significantly the Austrian squad to qualify to this year's edition to the Europe Cup. For Spain, it's a team that has a revenge to take on the world. The Spanish squad was well headed into the quarterfinals as a top seed out of pool action in last year's World Cup in Ulaanbaatar. And an insane buzzer beater playing against Team USA. Had their path crossed with Netherlands, and they lost in the quarterfinals, even though they looked like a favorite to win a medal. They are returning three ladies. They brought in Marta Garcia. They're going to try to keep up with the good work. They're going to try to start off their Nations League action with first of all, a final on day one, and hopefully for them, a win. But Austria playing at home with a pretty nice crowd showing up. We'll have something to say about that. Trey starts out with the ball. Shot's good, on target, but a bit short. This one is on target, but a bit long. That's a foul. You have to be careful when you set your screens. Post-up action. Very smooth. Alicia Flores. Heuler One too many dribbles. She needs to outlet it much earlier. Probably 2 dribbles before that. That would have been a wide open shot. Misses. Defense, Team España forcing bad shots on the opponent. Sanchez draws the foul. Little bit more. Little bit more. Begoña de Santiago Otero had the right idea, but the execution was just not strong enough. Good pass out for the shooter. Think of Team España, all around danger. Begoña de Santiago Otero had 3 two-point shots converted in the first game against Israel. She had 7 points, 6 points for Sanchez, 6 points for Garcia. Everybody bringing to the equation, knowing that Alicia Flores, who might be the skillest of them all, only had 2 points. That just lets you know the depth of Team España. This time around, pass was perfect, but Garcia needs to do a better job finishing. Got her luggage. She's going to have to throw up a prayer. Unanswered. And the road was open. You know why? Because Marta Gracia was controlling traffic. She sealed the defense out. Sanchez never had an easier layup in her life. That's a great block. 1 second left on the 12 seconds. Oh, all right, Sina, I see you. Hoyland, off balance, throws up a prayer, answered with the backboard. Sanchez loves to make that fake outlet pass on the drive. That's the second time she does the same. She'll go here, whoop, I fake you right, and I go right to the cup. Sanchez knocks it down. Fortunately for Austria, on the catch, stepping out of bounds. Oh, Sanchez. Pretty behind the back pass, Marta Garcia. Even though she had the ball deflected out of her hands, she stuck with it. Foul de Santiago Otero. First TV timeout. This is the last pool game of the day. Magdalena Schmidt was a key scorer for Austria against Israel. She had 2 long-range daggers. Marta Garcia is just too strong and too efficient down low for Austria to do something about it right now. Good defense, but better offense. Are you kidding me? Magdalena Schmidt. Just mention her name. You start understanding now why she's a bucket getter. Good court awareness. Schmidt had time to get a bit closer. 2 seconds is a long time in basketball, but she probably thought she had less time than she did. Oh, had her slip, had her gone, get the bucket. The crowd, you hear the whoos and the ahs. All I see is a bucket and Austria coming back within 1. The turnover, that's an opportunity right there. To take the lead, short. Garcia gets her access denied. And swish it is, swish. Who else but Begoña de Santiago? Her 4th 2-point shot made in this competition so far. Footwork, but great defense. Spain. That's going to be a travel. Marta Garcia in between 2 thoughts. Don't take Hoyler. Put too much protein in her cereal bowl. Nice pass. What would have been perfect is the extra pass right on the catch to the left. But Sanchez is a scorer, and I understand her. Her eyes were all about the rim, all about the bucket, and that's the way you need to be. 7th T foul means, say it with me, 2 free throws. You knew that. I knew you knew. 5-point lead. The Spanish defense taking a toll on Austria's offense right now. Nice lob pass. Marta Garcia. As you see, Hoyler gets depossessed by Sanchez. Sanchez a bit too late with the kick out pass. Good full work. Hoyler draws the foul. Victor is good for Sina. 5-point game. It is possible for Austria. Support going right back inside to Marta. Give and go is too slow. The pass is too soft. And now things are looking real good for Team Spain. Turnover created. We're gonna have the second TV timeout. Let's see what the Spanish ladies can come up with out of the timeout. Flores kicks it out to Sanchez. Teo Sanchez. Schmidt. Oh, let's say it like DJ Khaled. Another one. After the 3 in the first game, that's her 4th one. Flores misses. Schmidt erased. Sanchez the feed and the 2-point shot to bring Austria within 3. Sanchez off balance, not enough. Good thing Garcia towers over everyone in the paint. Great defense. She did not control it, so obviously there's no need to clear. There's going to be a travel on the catch. First, Schmidt with the long range. Then Stockinger with the long range too. Tough. It's a 3-point game, 2 minutes to go. Austria cannot afford to foul though. And what about this bucket from Alicia Flores? Stepping back, tough shot. Hoyler gets depossessed. You cannot leave the shooter by herself. The Santiago Otero. trying to say hasta luego to Austria. Shot is looking good, let me tell you that. It's looking good. You know I'm a shooter, so. Always, always respect how the shooters can change the complexion of a game drastically at any moment, anytime, any day. Hoyler, easy lay. Long range from the logo. Sanchez. Gets the board. 2 ladies on the ball. Gets you in wood trouble. Indeed. And the steal. This game is cooked. There's a very little potential of recovery, particularly when you see how good España is playing. There's not going to be enough time for Austria to make the gap up. Sanchez. No. Schmidt. Oh! Are you kidding? I'm not sure I would have committed a foul with that much time left on the clock. I'm not sure it's the right call. What about Magdalena Schmidt? But you gotta identify who you put on the line. We're talking about this Santiago Otero. We're talking about a shooter. You see when I say with that intonation, it's not. You have shooters and you have shooters. Just 2 for 2. Just for you. A 6-point lead. With 30 seconds left. It's not going to be enough time. Particularly knowing that Spain still has 1 foul to give. This will be the last turnover. Deadly cross. Sanchez misses. Schmidt from the logo. Almost, no. So Poland will meet up with Spain in tonight's final coming up in a few hours. We're gonna have some Women's Series qualifying draw action first, and Sanchez, just for good figure, knocks down the 2 to make it a 21-point win for Team Spain. Let me tell you, it's not going to be an easy route to try to take Team España off course in this conference. So here you have it. Spain cleaned up the plate. Austria resisted for a while. It simply was outmatched by a better opponent. So we have the final set in both men's and women's bracket. We're going to have a 20-minute break, a little bit less as a matter of fact, and we'll jump on the qualifying draw of the women's series, and I give you a rendezvous later on for the Nations League final right before 9 o'clock hits, 8:55. Don't be late, all right? See you in a few if you want to watch the end of day one in the Nations League, and see you in just a few moments for the qualifying draw in the women's series.
Vienna,